Folks, as we get into this video, I would like to say shout out to President Trump. He ended 8 wars in 8 months. So I would just like to say shout out to him. This video, ladies and gentlemen, is about NOTA Baloyi. NOTA Baloyi's visa to the United States just got revoked yesterday. And I find this news pretty interesting, and he's begging for his visa. He says, I apologized, which I think is bananas. They say here the United States has no obligation to host foreigners who wish death on Americans. The State Department continues to identify visa holders who celebrated the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk. Here are just a few examples of aliens who are no longer welcome in the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, they start posting screenshots over there. This is very interesting. And the second screenshot they post was posted by none other than NOTA Baloyi. The screenshot says, Neanderthals can't have their cake and eat it. By Neanderthals, we know that NOTA Baloyi has in the past referred to white people as a primitive and backwards. And he likened them to Neanderthals, and he since gave out an apology for it, right? We know it's an apology. He says this weekend they went openly anti-black racist, and now they are heard that the racist rally ended in attempted martyrdom. Charlie Kirk won't be remembered as a hero. He was used to astroturf a movement of white nationalist trailer trash. So he's basically just trashing the death of Charlie Kirk, a very good man who was dedicated to debate and resolving issues through open dialogue. And he posted this, ladies and gentlemen, on September 11, 2025. In the AMs, 3 a.m. He says that, and the State Department of the United States says a South African national mocked Americans grieving the loss of Charlie Kirk, saying they are hurt that the racist rally ended in attempted martyrdom. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say NOTA Baloyi is not a very good person. He may have all the money that he scammed the artists for. I follow pretty much the hip-hop culture in South Africa. I understand what is going on, and NOTA has been accused by a young black producer called Makwa, that he's taken money from and he's never paid. He's treated very horribly, and he was a producer for a very well-known rapper called Questa in South Africa. So that's how I know, that's how I got to know NOTA, and ever since, ladies and gentlemen, he just never failed to not impress me. Everything that comes from his mouth, I just do not understand the type of following he has. It tells you a lot about the type of people who follow the type of person that NOTA is. Because NOTA can say one thing today and tomorrow apologize and pretend he apologized. And really he doesn't care. He's going to say anything else. Just like right now, he's currently on a tour, right? So let me just show you this. In the United States. So his visa got revoked, but he's still in the United States. I think they must deport him. He hates the United States. He hates everything that America stands for. So as a consequence, I do not understand why he wants to be in the United States. All these people like your Trevor Noah and Reddy Klabi, all of them, they will say horrible things about America, that they stand with Iran and Cuba and them, but you never see them in those countries. They are always in America. And I just wonder why that is. Here's NOTA. He says, done interviews for MSNBC, Reuters, Washington Post, SABC, briefly, City Press, Citizen, and now I'm headed to for my third podcast of the day. I don't know what's going on with NOTA, bro. He's doing a media tour. He's one person who's once told us that the establishment media is very corrupted, But he's cozying up to them. He's doing interviews with them, and he comes back to us to flex about having done interviews with them. I find it very, interesting that he can just do that. They like to pretend as if they don't care about mainstream media, but they come and flex on us. They pretend they're like us, but they're really not like us. These people are not like us, the people. This guy's a snake, as far as I'm concerned, bro. And he's always taking jabs on me, on X over there. And I just, because I don't care. If me and NOTA were to stand man to man in a mutual combat, I'm breaking that nigga jaw. If ever he would want to come to me and fight me, I'm a nice guy, I'm gonna say, "Hi, brother, we're not trying to fight. We're civilians. How are you?" Shake my hand. But if he wants to fight, I say, no problem. He's a snake. That's who he is. I don't like, you can have all the money in the world. That's what people don't understand. You can have all the money in the world, but if you're a trash person, you're a trash person. And really, we don't like to deal with people like that. He responds, he says, to the State Department, right? I would like to make it known, my guy can't even spell. I don't know what's going on with him today. But he says that I unconditionally apologize to all those that felt my post was insensitive and ill-timed in any context. I have noted the reactions and response of no more than 10 comments to a post which I feel were prompted by the State Department's announcement. And it's like, what kind of an apology is that as well? Who apologizes like that? I don't like people like this, man. And, he's in that camp about Pennywell and DJ's Boo and them. Scammers, race hustlers. That's who they are. They are hustling your brain, psyoping you into believing that you're a victim and you must hate America. But when are they gonna be in America and make money over there? Because it turns out it is very much more easier to start a business and run it in America than in South Africa. Of course, starting a business is a very, strenuous exercise. It's very tough. But compared to South Africa, America is much more easier because they embrace entrepreneurship. They embrace business. Yeah. But Bona, they're going to go there to America. Embrace what America has to give. Use it. People like them and Abu Trevor, they must also recall Trevor and Reddy Tlhabi. This is what Trevor said.
Meanwhile, here, comedians are shitting themselves. Don't say anything about Charlie Kirk. I wasn't going to say anything about, but don't say anything about Charlie. I wasn't going to say anything about Charlie Kirk, but don't. There's nothing funny about it. Oh, now you tested me. I mean, there's nothing funny about it? You can't say there's nothing funny about it. Oh, there's nothing fun. No, don't say that, because as a comedian, I'll be like, I'm sure there's something funny about it.
Come on, bro.
The guy was shot while defending guns. Do you understand?
So we're making jokes about people dying now? People's deaths is like somebody dying and getting killed in the throat in front of people is funny business now. Apparently.
Understand how? I'm not even writing.
I just want to say for record, ladies and gentlemen, as South Africans, we do not claim this guy. Recently, he's been out in America telling Americans that, South Africa is very racist. We are the headquarters of segregation because of, apartheid. And apparently people here hate each other. He's went out there to push that. And the government actually embraces him for this. They give him opportunities. They make him the face of South African patriotism. They market him as such.
That as a joke, as a human, you have to admit that is an incongruous, funny thing that happens. You are there, you're like on stage and you're like, let me tell you why people should have guns. Wapa!
How is any of that funny, bro? How is any of that funny? And there's a video by the Summer Sambit where he was reacting to this. I was watching it this morning. I think it's very interesting.
A line has been crossed, and I'm not here to whisper politely about it. I am here to call out a man who forgot about respect for the deceased and danced on a patriot's grave. Let me set the scene for you because I'm not being hypothetical. It's September 10th, 2025, Utah Valley University. Charlie Kirk, 31 years old, a firebrand who built an empire out of sheer will, is up there doing what he does best, spitting truth like a machine gun to the young. Turning Point USA, his brainchild basically, was waking up kids across America, not some parts, across America, telling them to ditch the woke Kool-Aid and fight for their rights. They must fight for free speech, for guns, for borders, for God. Mid-sentence, a bullet rips through his neck. Raw footage, the kind of news media will never touch. It shows it all. I saw it. Charlie staggering, his hand not even pressed against the wound because it was so huge, just holding all the blood gushing out as he falls over his chair, while everyone is going down like this because what on earth is going on? You hear a few people screaming, but everyone else was just way too afraid. And then a comedian pulls the FU card by joking about it in a Saudi fest not even a year later. That's the kind of trash our hero, Trevor Noah, decided to turn into a punchline.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Summer Sambit really rips into him. Go check the video out. The full video is called Why Trevor Noah is Disgusting. He says my bro is disgusting and he's gonna stick to his guns like that. So it's very hectic. I'm glad that the State Department of the United States finally decided to revoke NOTA's visa, because all of these people who hate the United States, even Reddy Tlabi, she's currently in the United States. Please check her up and do something about that, because these people, they on the internet, on Twitter, they hate America. They push anti-American ideas and they say America is actually evil. So they need to be held accountable to that particular standard. Even Trevor Noah, I mean, America has blessed them so much with a lot of wealth, but he still regards it as a very racist and evil country. Beats my mind. Ladies and gentlemen, we the people who see the truth, hit that sub button, hit that like button, open your notifications so that you are notified every time we upload a new video. The boys are here.